We're out here on multiplayer doing a little bit of hunting with Lady Legend, and she actually helped me unlock some outposts here because I tracked down a huge mythical bobcat yesterday for so long that I actually never unlocked any outposts except for the main one. And we just spotted a massive muley buck. He's guaranteed a dime potential buck. I can't get a spotting on him, but if you look closely, he's right behind that doe. And there he is right there. He's super wide and super tall. Now, we got a buck like this the other day, but he wasn't symmetrical like this. He had one side, which was a dime potential rack, and the other side was a big 4. Either way, he's a phenomenal looking muley, and we definitely are going to try and get him. However, I also just found this. That's a melanistic. Cool little forker there, or maybe a 6-point, but a melanistic muley. That's so cool. So I definitely won't mind getting him second, but for now, we're going to try and put the sneak on this massive dime potential mule deer over here and see if we can't get him down. And we might try and do it with the hawk edge bow. All right, so we're getting pretty close to this huge buck here. He should be about 60 yards right in front of us. We're trying to sneak down along the edge of this lake bottom here, and he's gonna be like right behind that brush. So it's gonna be kind of tough. And if you look right there, that's gonna be our tent. What's interesting about this is that buck is literally less than 20 yards away from that tent. So if you spawn in that tent, you're never gonna see this buck. That's why we had to go over 300 yards away, circle back, and when we look back, we saw this giant mule deer. All right, we got full cover here. I'm thinking that our buck should be like right over there. There's a tent, and I think that might be our buck right there. Good chance that's gonna be him. But we definitely do not have a shot from here. Well, I can't exactly tell where he's at. I mean, I'm pretty sure that might be him, but I'm not 100% sure. So we gotta try and get a little bit closer to make sure we know it's him. Holy, there he is. And he's a level 5. He's got an incredible rack on him. Now I'm kind of waiting until he turns broadside because I really don't want to take a front on angle. I think we could probably draw back and then kind of like walk towards him a little bit, and he should turn broadside. Or we'll just take a heart shot. He's down. Man, he's big. Now, let's see if we can't get that melanistic real quick over here. I can't find the melanistic, guys. Where the heck did he go? Jackpot. I found him. I found him. He's right there. And he's hit. He should go down from that. Another good buck there. Actually, we should probably take down this buck too. Oh, smoke that buck. I'm pretty sure we got the melanistic because I didn't see him anymore. Yeah, he's down right there. All right, guys, that was pretty sweet. We ended up getting a massive dime potential mule deer and a melanistic, as well as another huge muley, all within a matter of a very short time. But hey, here lays our massive dime potential mule deer right here, about 5 yards away from this tent. Oh man, he's a giant, but not quite big enough for a diamond. 303.8 score. So actually it looks like this side here isn't quite as big as I thought. This side has a ton of mass. This side just doesn't quite have the mass or the height, but ended up pulling off a double lung heart liver shot, and we split right through the heart there, 18 yards away, and that is still a very massive muley. And over here is going to be our melanistic mule deer. I haven't seen one of these in quite a while. I think this might be like my second one ever. So it's pretty cool, and let's definitely get an awesome picture of him. Just like that. So yeah, let's pick him up. A 106, but he is in fact a melanistic. 136 yard double lung shot, and he's actually a little 6-point. That's kind of cool. So he's definitely getting mounted and going in the trophy lodge. I didn't get a great look, but that's a massive looking muley right there. All I can see is a huge rack. We're about 250 yards away, and he was trotting over this hill right here. Now, I don't know where he's going, so we got to try and pay attention. Oh, he actually might be just staying right there. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to be doing. He's going to stay right there. Broadside at about 200. Let's see if we can't take the shot. But after we take the shot, we got to get all the way over there. So hopefully the rendering bug is fixed, which it definitely should be. But for now, let's smoke that buck. And he's down. But basically what I'm trying to show you here is we have to go all the way over to here, which is going to put us at about 600 yards. And when we do that, we'll be able to figure out if the mule deer is still there or not. We had a track from a max weight ram, and I've been looking for quite a while. Honestly, it's been about 20 minutes now, and we finally found him. He's a nice level 4. So we're going to take him down with the M1. Now, he's not quite down potential, but he's a really, really good ram. He should easily be like a 150 plus. Let's take a look at him. And 147. Okay, this is not the one that I had tracks from. The one that I have tracks from is a brown. This is a common. He's still a huge ram, and I'm really glad to have him. But he's not the one that we're looking for. So we're going to try a little bit more and see if I can't get eyes on him. Okay guys, just so you can see, we made it all the way around this lake here. And if I could show you kind of the path that we took, actually I kind of can. If you look closely here, you can see it's dark right here. That means we didn't go this way. And there's no way we could have fast traveled to this side. This is what we did. We went from this tent here and we went all the way around. We went all the way to this point right here. And the furthest point we went to is 634 yards. Now that right there would guaranteed mean we went out of render distance. Now, if you look over here, you can see our mule deer is laying right here. Exactly where we took the shot. This is pretty as can be. All right, let's pick him up. He's going to be a 256. We double lunged him at 180 yards, but nonetheless, that was a long ways to be able to go around and get him, and he stayed right where he's supposed to be. So that definitely means that the rendering glitch is fixed. Oh my god, I found his track. I finally found his track. I don't want to get too excited at this point because it's been very difficult to find any more tracks. Every time I find like 1 or 2 tracks and that's it. But I'm so pumped. We finally found his track. That's his track. That is his track right there. We've yet to see this ram for over an hour now, and it's been so difficult to figure out where he even is. And now we're getting a call from what should definitely be our ram. So if you look here, there's actually a mule deer zone right next to this tent in front of us here. But I'm pretty sure the bighorn sheep are actually using the same exact zone for a feeding zone. Now we're just going to stay as low to the ground as we possibly can. And ease our way up there till we get to a spot where we can see something. That's obviously not him, but I can pretty much guarantee you he's going to be right next to that ram. Now I saw there was a gobbler there as well. So we gotta be careful not to spook that gobbler. So if we crouch up, we can hopefully... Well, I see the turkey. Nice gobbler there. And there is one of the rams. I don't know. Hold up, what do we got here? What do we got here? There he is, guys. He's a huge 4. A huge 4. That one there should be like a 150, maybe like a 154. Not quite down potential, but he is a huge ram, and I'm so glad we finally found him. Let's take a look at this gobbler real quick. Ooh, a max weight gobbler as well. If we play our cards right here, we might be able to double up on this. We might be able to take down the ram and then this big gobbler. What I'm hoping for is that this gobbler doesn't spook too far. And we can take down the ram. There's a chance the gobbler might not spook. Alright guys, so we got to about 50 yards out from our giant ram here. But we don't have a good angle. That's him right there. He's actually got some pretty impressive curls on him. And he's got a bunch of mass as well. So if we get him, I'm going to be pretty psyched. I'm not going to lie. He's a pretty awesome looking ram. And he's definitely big enough to go in our lodge. And thank you, ram. That ram just moved over for us. So now we can actually take a shot on this big old ram. Yeah, it's pretty much exactly 50 right there. So we gotta remember our middle pin is 40, which basically means, is that a coyote out there? Look at that. Sure enough, got a coyote walking out here. Kind of cool. He actually stepped out perfect right towards us. And then he stopped. He actually might work his way out into this meadow here. Like, if we're patient enough, he might keep on working his way out. And that should give us a pretty broadside shot. And if we can make that happen, we should be able to take down this gobbler as well. Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. It seems like every about 2 minutes or so, he slowly starts stepping towards us, out towards that meadow. But that's him right there. He's a really cool and a huge ram. We almost have a shot. Like, if he comes about 10 yards closer with this angle, we're definitely gonna have a shot. I mean, ideally I'd like to get to 40, but I just don't know if we're gonna be able to. Yeah, that's what I figured might happen. 50 yards, turn broadside. Yes! What a heck of a shot, guys! What a heck of a shot! What a heck of a shot. Okay, 320s, come on. Come on. Just draw back. That's all you gotta do. Aim. And that one fly! He's down! He's down! We did it. He's a max weight gobbler, so he's a dime potential. Let's take a really cool picture of him. Wow. I never get sick of looking at these things. They're absolutely stunning looking. The color, the fan on them, they're just amazing. Let's pick it up. So he's gonna be a 4.3 gold, and he's a buff color. We ended up pulling off a nice lung and a breastbone shot at 18 yards away. That's so cool. And a really nice gobbler down. But then you come over here and take a look at this. Our massive ram. He dropped on the spot. It was a really, really tough angle. Super, super tough. I held a little bit high with the 40-yard pin and let one fly. And, well, as you can see, it definitely did a pretty nice job. And the fact that he's actually the brown color is really, really cool. He's a max weight and he's a brown. So I'm super pumped to have this thing. So that's going to be a 148 gold. He is a brown. And we ended up pulling off a 52-yard double lung shot. So a pretty awesome shot. He isn't quite as big as I thought he'd be. But because he is a brown, that makes him that much more unique. I think this is actually my first brown on this map. So that's pretty cool. I really like this fur type. And we should probably get it mounted, because that's going to look really cool in our new trophy lodge for the Mexico map. But just to find out where we actually hit, he was quartering about like this, and I held for right here, trying to compensate, and I was hoping to hit somewhere around here. Oh man, that was perfect. That was literally perfect. I held for here, and we hit right there. So we had about like a 6-inch drop. Just perfect. I want to welcome you guys to our first official Rancho del Arroyo trophy lodge. Right here we have all of our animals that we got today. This is our rare melanistic mule deer. Nice little 6-point that we got. Cool buck. He's a super cool buck though. Not very big, but he's a super cool looking buck. Then over here, okay, why does that keep happening? But then over here we have our huge mule deer that we got from today. This one scored 305, and he actually was a huge down potential buck, but he just didn't quite make it. In fact, he scored 303, which is pretty close to 305, but he was a 5 medium. Honestly, even the fact that he didn't make diamond, I'm still super happy to have him in here, because he's a very rare and unique looking buck. And then we got this guy. This is our huge brown ram. It took us a long time to find him, But finally we ended up finding him, and we snuck up to 50 yards and we dropped him. So that's him right there. We took down both of these with a bow, and we took down a huge male gobbler as well, which we didn't get mounted, but next time we'll probably get something bigger. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.